Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I will determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it is more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person that committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We will set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've got a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there will be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I will gladly appoint the public defender to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney here in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. I'll solemnly swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Shauna Berry. Morning, Miss Berry. What's your date of birth?
4484.
Miss Berry, I have 5 charges this morning: possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, operating an unregistered motor vehicle, and attaching a tag not assigned to that vehicle. There's probable cause for all of those charges. As to those charges you wish to represent yourself, you plan on hiring private counsel. Would you like me to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office?
Public defender.
Very good. I'll appoint the PD state.
Possible DOP upcoming on a misdemeanor case, 17 MM 3378. Let's see, possession of controlled substance 2011, possession of cannabis 2011, DUI in 2011, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance 2014, theft 2013, and that plus the misdemeanor case. That's all I can find right now.
Okay. Sean, I have an address for you on Easement Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
A year?
Okay. You have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a manager at Checkers on Four Corners.
Okay. All right. What we're going to do on these cases, Sean, is going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the meth and $1,000 each on the 4 misdemeanors. That's a total of $6,000. It appears that you're also currently on misdemeanor probation. That means that very soon those folks are going to swear out a warrant for a violation of probation based on these charges. The bond on that warrant will be no bond. If you bond out on these before that warrant comes in, when you get arrested on that warrant, you may lose whatever money you spent bonding out. I'm telling you that you can't bond out. I just want you to know that ahead of time. These charges will be back on the 6th of March. If you get out, you should contact the Public Defender's Office right away. If you're unable to get out, the PD will come see you before your court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bobby Joe Carter. Morning, Miss Carter. What's your date of birth?
8/16/81.
Bobby Joe, you got 2 counts of battery being domestic in nature this morning. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. Are you planning to hire private counsel? Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
A public defender.
I'll appoint the PD state.
Drop battery in 2013. Drop battery in 2016. That's all I can find right now.
And Bobby Joe, I had an address for you on Broad Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
No, I was at 600 Darby Lane.
Okay.
But then I had moved, and where the address that I had gotten arrested at is the address that I'm at now, currently.
I haven't had time to get that address.
Okay, that's on Broad Street.
Okay.
Okay. And do Randy and or Deborah live at that address?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you have a job these days?
I am disabled.
You're going to set your bond at $500 on each count. That's a total of $1,000. The condition of those bonds is that you will not have contact with Randy or Deborah. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact them through social media. You don't contact them through a third person. You don't go where they live. You don't go where they work. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine having contact with them, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if they want the contact, so if you would answer your phone and hear either of their voices, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see them, you should turn around and run the other way.
I do.
Hang on. You need to understand that they cannot drop the charges against you. They might go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney who will be handling your cases. Unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I'm going to have to hold you up until 4 o'clock this afternoon, so that if either of them wish to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. We're going to have you back in court on the 2nd of March. It's very important if you get out, Bobby Joe, that you go and see the public defender. You have a question for me.
I do. My mother is my payee, and that's Deborah.
She's what?
She is my payee for my disability.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know what you're going to do either, Bobby Joe, but I know you're not going to have any contact with her, and if I hear you did, then, of course, you could wind up back in jail without bond. You're certainly welcome to stay where you are now, where you will be clothed and fed and sheltered until you get back to court again, okay?
I'm great. Thank you.
And Logothetis? Want to miss what you
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your date of birth?
4/27/1967.
Okay. Ma'am, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Scaglione. He found probable cause for 2 counts of battery. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Your Honor, I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
What 2 counts of what was done, how it was done? I have no idea.
Okay, the warrant says that you allegedly battered Joshua Rivera and Rosaria Feminella.
Pardon me?
The
I
warrant,
can't hear.
Get her a hearing device so we can get this over with? Because it's going to take a while, I can tell. How's that?
How do you turn it down?
Have her have a seat. We're going to do this last. This is going to take forever.
Okay.
Danielle Wells. Well, Miss Wells, what's your date of birth?
6/30/65.
Miss Wells, the charge this morning is aggravated battery. There's probable cause for the charge. As to the charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please, sir.
Point the PD. State what can you tell me?
Let's see, prior battery in 2006, another battery in 2007, resisting 2006, another battery in 2010, and domestic variety. Hillsborough case in 2014, a domestic battery. I'm not sure the disposition on that. That's all I can find right now.
Danielle, I have an address for you on County Line Road in Mazarick Town. Is that where you live?
No, sir.
Okay, where do you live?
Beck Lane in Pasco,
Okay.
Spring Hill.
Do you have a job these days?
No, I'm disabled.
I'm going to set your bond at $2,500. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Mr. Steedham. Were you listening earlier when I told you when I explained what no contact means?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
We will have you back in court on this on the 6th of March. Very important that when you get out, you contact the public defender's office right away, okay?
Can I ask one thing, sir?
I sure can.
I heard you tell the other lady about they couldn't drop charges.
That's
Is
right. That's
the
correct.
same with me also?
Same thing. No alleged victim in Florida has the right to decide whether or not charges are pressed. The whole dropping charges is a TV fiction that has never existed in Florida. This person might go to the state attorney's office and tell them they want the charges dropped, but that decision belongs solely to the attorney who's handling the case, okay?
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ronald Cadle.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
1973.
Ronald, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently, you failed to appear in his court on a charge of felony driving on a suspended license. As to that charge, Ronald, do you have a public defender, a private attorney, or are you representing yourself?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. Judge Merritt set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to send you back to see him on the 6th of March. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Your Honor,
Thank you, sir.
could we put him on the C docket, which is 223?
Yep. Ronald, we're moving you up to March 23rd. Or February 23rd, sorry.
Oh.
Joshua Pfeiffer.
Morning, Judge.
Morning, Joshua. Date of birth?
22586.
Joshua, I've got 1 count of felony retail theft, 3 counts of defrauding a pawnbroker, and 3 counts of dealing in stolen property, 1 count of grand theft. And then, as you're currently on felony probation, we have a probable cause arrest for VOP. There's probable cause for all those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender for now.
I'll appoint the PD. Of course, the bond on the violation of probation is going to be no bond. That'll be back on the 6th of March.
Could we put him in front of Judge Toner,
Sure.
Your Honor?
What do you want him?
I also have an FTA coming up for you.
Okay,
Because I had the driving on suspended.
Hang on a second, Josh.
Let's see, yeah, he's got an FTA. That's not on the docket today, though. But if we could put him in front of Judge Toner on the A docket, whichever one that is.
We're going to change your date, Josh. And as far as the FTA with me, Josh, frankly, that'll, whenever that comes through, we'll deal with that. Obviously, you're going to be in jail for a little while now, so we'll figure that one out. That's the least of your worries.
Toner A.
Pre-trial.
Pre-trial is fine, yeah.
That's still a few days early. I'm going to move you to the 2nd of March, and that's going to be for all these cases, Josh. So like I said, the VOP is March 2nd, and no bond. Then the remaining charges I'll leave. The bonds per the schedule, of course, you can't bond out because of the VOP. So on the retail theft, that's $2,000. On each of the defraudings, it's 2. In each of the dealings, it's 5. So that's another $21,000. And then on the grand theft, it's 2. So it's a total of $25,000 plus no bond on the VOP. Everything's coming back on March 2nd, and the public defender will come see you before you go to court, okay?
Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize. I was looking at Mr. Turner. He needs to be, we can put him on the 6th. I apologize.
All right, it'll be the 6th, Josh. All right. William Gaw. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
8/28/68.
William, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in her court on a charge of driving under the influence. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Actually, I already have a public defender. I was in Hillsborough County for that.
I understand that, William. That's normally how these things happen. This is just how we get you back on the docket. So I'll continue the appointment of the public defender here. We'll leave your bond per Judge Rupi's warrant, which is the $2,000. I'll have you back in front of her on the 2nd of March. If you get out, make sure you go talk to the PD. Otherwise, I'll come see you at the jail, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matthew Motzkus.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Matthew. What's your date of birth?
4/18/80.
And let's see. You're here on a warrant. Also charged by, signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in front of her on a petty theft. And looks like you have a DOC sentence. Is that right?
Yeah, 16 months.
16 months.
Not
All right.
Pasco.
All right. You want to take time served on this petty theft and get going?
Yes, I do.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, I am.
All right. Case number 17MM3466 as to the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes.
I'll accept the no contest plea, find it is freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days in the county jail, credit 5 days served. Finding court costs is $620. I'll order restitution, but reserved for 6. There's no restitution.
No restitution.
No restitution needed. So that takes care of this case. If there's nothing else keeping you here, Matthew, you're free to go wherever you got to go next, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck. Dustin Stalvey. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
2/3/85.
Dustin, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
If it's possible, I'd like to just take the same year and the day I got in Pasco County,
Yeah.
DOC.
And that may be. It's just that I'm not the guy that can give it to you, Dustin. I'm a county court judge. They don't let me handle these important felony cases, so you'll have to go see Judge Merritt if you're going to get that done, and that's where we're going to send you, okay?
All right.
All right, you want the PD?
PD.
Very good. I'll appoint the public defender. I'll have you back on the 6th of March. PD will come see you and see if they can't work out a concurrent sentence for you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Robert Stutes.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Robert. What's your date of birth?
11/4/75.
Robert, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on a charge of dealing in stolen property. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Judge Merritt set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. I'll send you back to see him on the 6th of March. No, 23rd of February. And the
On the
public,
23rd.
yeah, they moved it to the 23rd of February, Robert, and the PD will come see you before then, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Emmanuel Tozo. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
December 27, 1988.
All right, Emmanuel, there's 2 charges this morning. We've got an assault being domestic in nature and a criminal mischief. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD state.
Let's see. Aggravated assault dropped in 2007. Battery 2014. Criminal mischief 2012. Battery 2012. That's all I can find right now.
And Mr. Tozo, I have an address for you on Miracle Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you lived there?
About 12 years.
Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir. Checkers on Forest Oaks and 19.
Okay. And does Marta Tozo live at that same address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 on each count. That's a total of $2,000. Condition of that bond is that you have no contact with Marta. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier this morning?
Yes, sir.
And you understood that?
Yes, sir.
Also have to hold you up until 4 p.m. So if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction, we'd know where to find you. And then further, since you guys are at the same address, you're going to have to find someplace else to stay until we get this case resolved. If you bond out, you can go by the Miracle Drive address one time to collect your things and get going wherever you're going. To accomplish that, however, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They'll meet you there with a deputy who will stand by while you get your things. I'll have you back in court on the 6th of, must be March, 6th of March. And if you get out, you should contact the PD right away. Otherwise, they'll come see you at the jail, okay?
Understood.
Thank you. Matthew Turner. Morning again, Mr. Turner. Date of birth?
8/25/85.
Mr. Turner, this morning I have 2 counts of burglary of a dwelling and 2 counts of grand theft. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself, hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
This one I think is already on the docket somewhere, Joe.
It's in front of Judge Toner on the A docket, which I think we said was March 2nd.
The 2nd, right? Yes. All right. And any other history you want to tell me about?
Let's see. We're asking for, if he hasn't had one already, we're asking for an RCA.
I don't think we must have.
17 CF 815.
Yeah, we did that already. Okay. Based on that, then, Matthew, I'm just going to leave the bonds per the schedule on these, which is $7,000 in each case, a total of $14,000. We'll move these to the 2nd of March. And if you can't get out, the public defender is going to come see you before court, okay?
Yep.
Thank you. Jorge Velez. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
12/26/78.
Mr. Velez, the charge is retail grand theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, or would you like to be a public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point to PD, state.
Failure to appear 2003. Was actually charged in 2004. Pled guilty to it. Willis in 2006. Another failure to appear and a guilty to that in 2007. Willis in 2008. Habitual duelist 2009. And a plate violation. A grand theft in 2009. 2 of those, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 grand thefts in 2009. That was a busy year. 13, 14, 15 actually. And a habitual duelist 2011. Cocaine possession 2012. Paraphernalia same year. Possession of a concealed firearm by a convicted felon in 2014. Another theft in 2015, criminal damage 2015, another habitual driving suspension 2015, a burglary, we're getting good now, 2014, a grand theft of a motor vehicle, and another grand theft in 2015. Okay. I'm guessing this might be a habitual offender.
All right. So, Mr. Les, I'm going to leave your bond per the schedule, which is at $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 6th of March. If you get out, you should go see the public defender right away, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. John Wentworth.
Yes, John.
Morning, Mr. Wentworth. What's your date of birth?
8578.
Mr. Wentworth, this morning I had 2 charges, a commercial burglary and a grand theft. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Public defender, Your Honor.
Appoint the PD, State.
Possession of meth, 2004. Paraphernalia, 2004. Cannabis, 2004. And it's Willis, 2004. Introduction of contraband, 2005. Possession of meth, 2008. Paraphernalia, 2008. Marijuana possession, 2008. Burglary of a occupied structure, 2009. Theft, 2009. Grand theft of a dwelling, 2010. Possession paraphernalia, 2012. Let's see, a couple of those, 3 or 4 of those. Burglary of a structure, 2013. 2 of those. 3 actually in 2013. And I'm guessing he might have just gotten out of it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. And John, I have an address for you on Peaceful Avenue in Weekiwachi. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
All my life.
Okay. You got a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Tree service.
Okay. I believe the bonds per the schedule, which is $5,000 on the burglary and $2,000 on the theft. Total is $7,000. I'll have you back March 6th. If you can get out, go see the PD right away. Otherwise, they're going to come see you at the jail. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Robert Wilson. Morning, Robert. What's your date of birth?
5/12/89.
Robert, I have a warrant for you out of Citrus County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation. The bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. We will notify Citrus County that you're here and ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. Doesn't take 5 days with Citrus, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me and find out what the holdup is, all right?
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then let's get Miss Logothetis back. She battered people at Springbrook.
I understand.
All right. Anne-Marie.
Yes.
All right. So the warrant is for allegedly getting a couple of people in the parking lot at Springbrook. I'm not saying it happened. As you stand before me this morning, I presume that it didn't happen. Okay?
Yep.
But
It did.
we got to deal with it. And so the first thing I want to know from you is if you'd like to have a lawyer to help you with these cases. If you don't think you can afford a lawyer, I'm going to appoint one to represent you. So do you want me to appoint you a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't hit anybody
Okay,
in Springbrook.
Anne-Marie, I told you that. Anne-Marie, I said I presume that you're innocent, all right? And the lawyer that I just appointed, I'm appointing the public defender, that lawyer's going to help you, okay?
Ms. Logothetis, please do not talk about the facts of your case right now. This is not the day to do so.
Right. We're going to set you some bonds, and then you'll get out, and you'll go see the lawyer, and you'll talk to him about what happened, okay? Okay. Any history, State?
Just a disorderly in 89. That's all I can find right now.
All right, so Anne-Marie, I'm going to set your bond at $50 on each count. That's a total of $100, and then you can get out of jail. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with these people, but my guess is you have no idea who they are, so that won't be a problem. You're going to be back in court on the 2nd of March, so when you get out, I want you to call the public defender's office and tell them who you are, and they'll let you know what to do next and make an appointment to see your lawyer, okay? You have any questions,
Yes.
Anne-Marie?
I need assistance of comprehending of what's going on, what date and time.
That's right. All I want you to remember to do is...
Where do I go from here?
Well,
I don't know the directions.
Well, if you call the public defender's office, that's all you have to remember to do is to call the public defender's office, and they'll tell you everything you need to know, okay?
And how do I get back in here? What's this address?
Well, you don't want to go back there. We're trying to avoid that.
Back here?
The address you want is 20 North Main Street in Brooksville.
Oh, at Main Street in Brooksville?
Right, in the courthouse.
Is the trial?
It's in the courthouse. Yep.
And what date is it, sir?
You're going to be back on the 2nd of March. March 2nd.
2nd of March.
Right.
2nd of March.
You got
Okay, can I stay in jail till the 2nd of March?
You can.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You bet.
I can if I want to?
Yep.
I can dissent? Can I make my mind up?
She doesn't know.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks, folks.